of historical figures, Theodore Roosevelt, because he was our 26th president and he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1906 for helping to make peace with Russians and Japanese war in 1905.
Hi, my name is Spencer, and my favorite historical figure is George Washington because he was the first president of the United States of America.
Hi, my name is Justin, and my favorite historical figure is Francis Scott Key because he wrote the national anthem and tried to save his son from dying. He did both of these things in the war against as well.
Hi, my name is Shreya, and I'd like to become a defense lawyer for the people who cannot afford it.
Thank you very much for introducing yourselves and sharing something special about you. It helps us to know you better and get an idea of what's important to you. That's very nice. So as you know, you will have 4 minutes to do your presentation, and when that's over, we'll have probably 6 minutes or so for you to respond to some questions that we'll have for you. I assume you're the timekeeper, because you're right next to me. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to read the questions. We're here for Unit 4, right? I just want to make sure in the right place. You don't want us to ask Unit 5 questions for Unit 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these questions, not for you. You know them better than anybody in the whole world, but there might be some people in the audience who don't know the questions. So I'm going to read the questions, then I'll make sure the timekeeper is ready, and then we'll begin. Do you have any questions for me? Everything okay? I have one last request for you. Smile. You guys are going to do awesome. You guys are going to really end the day on a very high note. You're going to shine, okay?
The draft did not move at all. It did not, the line did not get there. It's a little bit.
Okay, so here we go. Unit 4. How does the Constitution protect our basic rights? Here are the questions you're to respond to in your presentation. What is freedom of expression, and why is it important to our democracy? How does the Constitution protect freedom of expression? Should there be times when freedom of expression should be limited? Why or why not? And please give examples. How is freedom of religion protected in the Constitution? And last, how has the idea of equal protection of the laws been used to protect people's rights? And please give examples. Thank you, ready? You may begin.
The freedom of expression is the freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition.
Our democratic system is based on people's ability to make good decisions, and with freedom of expression, that is possible.
The freedom of expression helps us grow as an individual. When you express your thoughts and listen to others, you grow more mature. And by listening to others, it will advance your knowledge. Freedom of expression can also make a more peaceful change to society. By trying to persuade others, you are less likely to use violence. Though freedom of expression was so important that the framers decided to put it on the front of the Bill of Rights. Amendment 1 states that every person has the right to speak their mind,
Unless it is hurting anybody's rights or freedom and is not causing harm. But there are times when freedom of expression should be limited.
It should be limited because sometimes you need to protect others' rights and interests.
You cannot yell fire when there's not a fire.
It is a safety hazard. What if somebody had a heart attack and possibly could die because they actually thought there was a fire?
Also, people can trip while running out of the theater. Many kids argue you need to raise your hand in class to speak. This is not an act of limiting your freedom, but is respectful so everybody can get a good education.
It states that Congress should make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise clause, which helps us by giving the right to practice our beliefs. Although our rights aren't always protected.
People have been segregated because of their religion. In a school called Green Oak Elementary, only Muslim students are allowed to pray, and Abe leads them to a Muslim prayer. This is not allowed because Green Oak is a public school.
So what the government is trying to convey is you can practice your religion as long as it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. An example of the government limiting our freedom is the famous buggy case. It is an Amish rule that people and their things must remain plain, not flashy.
This was a hazard when they traveled in their black horse-drawn buggy at night. It was dangerous for them and other drivers on the road.
Our government had to limit their belief for the safety of all, so they now have to install headlights and reflectors on their buggies.
We have amendments to protect our rights. There is the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 19th Amendment.
The 13th Amendment abolished slavery.
The 14th Amendment says if you're born in America, you're a citizen. The 15th Amendment gives all races the chance to vote.
And the 19th Amendment gives all citizens to vote no matter what religion.
Therefore, expression is very important. Thank you for your time.
Good job. Thank you very much. How are we doing on time? Really?
They had a whole minute left.
Boy, we get 7 minutes to ask questions. You guys are the best.
More time.
You did that for us, didn't you? Because you knew we wanted to ask you more questions. So thank you very, very much. So we're going to get ready to ask the follow-up, and we'll start with Desmond.
The Bill of Rights didn't guarantee rights for everyone, such as African Americans and women. How did they fix that?
Well, they fixed it in the 15th and 19th Amendment. The 15th Amendment said that African Americans are now allowed to vote, and the 19th Amendment says that women are now allowed to vote.
Thank you.
Do you guys think that there should be prayer in public schools?
No, I do not think that there should be prayer in public schools. I think that would cause too much controversy if we give time for children to pray, because some people are Puritans and the parents could get very sad that their student doesn't practice any religion and has a chance to, because it might make them feel uncomfortable. And if the parent is so concerned that their kid isn't getting to practice religion in their school, they should send their kid to a private school.
I respectfully disagree with my colleague Shreya. I think there should be prayer in public schools because some kids have their religion that they pray to gods, but also the kids who don't have that religion can just sit out and have some quiet time, like, and not have to pray.
I respectfully agree and disagree with my colleague. I think there should be prayer in public schools, but I don't think there should be just one prayer. I think it should be a moment of silence. You can either read prayer or do anything silent.
I agree with my colleague Spencer. I think schools should have prayer in public schools, but they should actually have a moment of silence to pray.
Do you think there are times when a school principal can limit your freedom of expression?
Yes, there are times, because it's like a social contract. You're giving up some of your freedom to get this education, and it's the principal's rule, so you must give up some of your freedoms to get this education. So yes, the principal can limit your
Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
Yes, I respectfully agree with my colleague Shreya. I think the principal does have the right to limit your freedom of expression because you're on her private property, so you have to listen to her rules, and also you're in school, so you have nothing to do but learn.
Do you think the government should limit or regulate the internet?
I think the government should regulate the internet because cyberbullying is a problem, and if the government regulated the internet, cyberbullying wouldn't be much of a problem because they can turn off the sites and they can report them.
I agree with my colleague, because if the government starts to regulate the internet, there will be less fraud. You buy so much things on different websites nowadays that all of your personal information is on the websites. If the government regulates the internet, then there will be less fraud and you won't lose much of your money. But I think that cyberbullying and all those sites, they should be controlled by the parents and what your kids see.
I respectfully agree with both of my colleagues. I think the government should regulate the internet because cyberbullying is a habit for big kids on the site because they like to post things that are not true and inappropriate about the little kids, and it can make the little kid feel embarrassed and ashamed, and he might never want to see anyone again if they know it's his site. And also there is inappropriate websites that some kid could accidentally see, and that could affect his future.
I agree with all my colleagues because cyberbullying is a big problem. It sometimes hurts kids'